Welcome to Take Two, where we get down to the nitty-gritty and talk all things relationships. Say hey, babe.
Hey now.
And we're back.
Roll the highway.
What was that dance?
I can't stand you.
And we're breaking bread with the Deerings. Say hey, y'all. Hey, y'all.
M-Dog here, on the ones and twos.
So previous podcast, we told y'all that we were going to be traveling and that we were going to make our next podcast when we were with the Deerings. So here we are.
Everyone say hello to our special guest.
All right, our special guest. Woo!
Thank you. My name is Annette, and I am originally from Maryland and currently residing in Nevada.
I too am from Maryland and currently resonating,
Wow.
existing in Las Vegas. My name is Shelly D, Michele, or M-Dog.
Whichever you prefer.
And
Nobody calls her M-Dog.
and we're eating currently, so we decided to do this podcast while we're breaking bread together. So yeah,
Knocking out 2 birds with 5 stones.
And this is our last night here.
Oh.
We actually leave to get on our plane in a few hours, so we wanted to go ahead and get this on out while we could. Apparently, Aaron has a multitude of questions
Right.
or topics to discuss.
I'm scared.
I'm scared too, but apparently he's been compiling these questions during our trip, so he has his phone out now and he's pulling up his notes, and it looks like he's actually adding to it.
Oh, you know me. I'm organized crime.
And we don't have our microphones today, so we might sound a little echoed out, but we're gonna make it work. And if you hear any jingling, that's just the Deering's children, Dasher and Phoenix Sunshine Deering.
They're dogs. We don't put bells on our kids. Just to clear that up.
Oh yes, I'm
CPS.
they're puppy children.
Right.
So, all right, Mr. Jones, you
Oh, I
want to
get to start it off?
Well, you the one that was so anxious, you know.
All right. Great. So here on Take Two, this is a relationship-based podcast. I think it's great to have more input. So I do want to bring this up while we have our special guest, Annette and Michele, with this, because the more minds you can get on the subject, I think a lot of times the more insight it leads. So to that,
You'll be able to hear that.
right.
It's fine.
Get your to that, let's bring up something that's been heavy on my heart. The first thing I want to address.
Oh,
Oh, Lord.
Speak it, brother.
I feel like I need a shot or
I said heavy
something.
on his heart. That's a testimony.
Right.
I got a testimony. Flannel and cuffs in my jeans. Do you let your spouse live their best life, or do you alter it? Or what's the fine line? And just a backstory.
Oh hell.
Do I have? No, I do not have a cuff in these jeans. But we did go out to the strip yesterday.
I did notice your cuff yesterday.
Yes. So out of
Lifestyle.
utter rebellion, I cuffed my
Purposely
jeans.
did.
To which my wife's response to when we first got married was, I would probably be divorced if she were to find me in a pair of cuff jeans.
She'd be a divorcee.
Right.
I'm a divorcee.
I'm a divorcee. Twice over. So, Michele, you have your own style. Annette, God knows, you have your own style.
What does that mean?
With the, I can't see anything right. And
Oh, the cheetah
right
print?
this time. The cheetah print, the leopard print, the zebra print. You print it out.
You put it out, girl.
And babe, you have your own style. So it's coming to the time of year where I'm probably going to start wearing boots all year long, wherever I go. And the flannel jacket's probably going to come out. At what
Like
point?
a lumberjack flannel jacket?
It's like an insulated.
Okay.
So what is your question?
The hood?
Because you
No hood. There's no hood.
You tiptoeing.
You tiptoeing, Cletus. Bring on. So listen, do you let your partner live their best life, or stay true to their personality, or do you alter it, or do you say, you know what, this is cool, but you might need to tweak this?
In my opinion, I think you do. It should be like a fine line of both,
Okay.
because you don't want to alter the person that you're with too much. But sometimes they don't know what's for their own good.
I'm glad I wasn't eating
So
when you said that.
I will admit, yesterday I did not notice that your jeans were cuffed. But
Not that big of a deal.
when I made, because you probably didn't have them cuffed like you did when I originally made the
It
statement.
was a small cuff.
It was
wasn't
small
like-
cuff.
Okay, so small cuffs I have no problem with. But when they're cuffed like this, and for those that can't see, this is about at least a good 3 or 4 inches. When they cuffed
I would never
that,
wear.
babe, when I made that statement to you, your pants were cuffed like this. That's a problem. That's an old
It's a podcast. Let's keep
W
moving.
man, what they do. So I
Oh,
guess
wow.
the half of you decided to cuff.
Come on.
But, you know, so
OW.
when you had... When you had
Got me in my feelings.
when you had your pants cuffed yesterday, I didn't notice because it was very small.
Right.
So, in the flannels, I don't have an issue with. One, because I know your line of work and what you do. So, you know, sometimes you have to pick warmth and comfortability over fashion. And if you need to be at work and you need to be comfortable, then I don't care if it's flannel. I mean, well, one, you're not with me. I can't see you, so,
Wow.
you know. But that's just my take.
So if I got a Carhartt coat and a flannel jacket and I'm wearing that stuff out.
Oh,
For
what?
walk.
A Carhartt?
What is that?
Carhartt? You guys don't know what Carhartt is?
Right, shouldn't be wearing it.
Yeah, because nobody else knows what it is.
I would say no at this table. Surprisingly. Has no idea what it is. Carhartt?
Are you going to explain it, or are you just going to keep
Is it a
saying
name
it?
brand, or it's like a coat
Like a
with
name
shell?
brand of outerwear for people who work outdoors. So like plumbers, electricians, auto mechanics.
Oh, well, see, we don't have jobs where we work outdoors, so why would we know
It's
that?
a pretty big name
Have
brand.
you ever heard of that, Michelle?
You guys have walked past the
I can see
Carhartt
it.
store in down at the harbor probably several times. No?
No
Okay.
face.
Didn't take
Columbia?
a second look.
Moving on. So those 3 Snap-on Tools coats I have, those are all 3 of those are.
I mean, I know the Snap-on.
Yes. So they put their logo and stuff on it, but it's a Carhartt coat.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Up to
Okay.
speed?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, what about you, Dearings?
Yeah, give us some input. Some life experience.
So, it is true that everybody has their own individual style. However, when we hit the streets, you are a reflection of me.
Amen.
So if you're looking crazy, I'm gonna have to shut that down
and how
before
many?
we even leave out the house.
Uh-oh.
And that I'm so
Uh-oh.
glad you said that, because the first time that him and I had the conversation about the cuffs, I said you are a reflection of me. So when we're together, even if we're not together, people know that we're married.
Right.
So if you go out looking like Hobo Jr.,
Oh, wow.
and people know you're my man,
Wow.
Yeah.
that's a reflection of me. Just like if I went out dressed like a floozy, would that not be a reflection of you?
She Michelle wants to wear these shoes with everything. And I'm like, babe, it doesn't go with that outfit. Babe, it doesn't go with that
They
outfit.
look alright to me.
Exactly.
If that's your style.
Y'all hear that? That's me tap dancing.
And kitten heels.
Yeah, so I mean, and Michelle has said to me sometimes, babe, that don't match. And I'll switch my outfit. And I've done the same to her. I'm like, yeah, you might want to put this shirt on or put that shirt on. But I'm not going to let my spouse leave out the house looking crazy.
Right.
Well,
Right.
see, this is my thing. This is M Dog here, Michelle.
Thank you.
What would you think is crazy? Might be what that person feels like wearing at the time. Like they may feel like it's their style, they hip.
Yes, God.
You know what I mean? So they like the other day you was like, I wouldn't wear these shoes. I got on some wine colored loafers with the tassels in the front.
Wow.
By the way,
And dust.
and I had them on with some jeans.
Oh, I was about to say, please tell me you weren't trying to wear them with jeans.
Yeah, I had them on with jeans, some skinny jeans,
She be looking like somebody's uncle. Go ahead.
and a floral shirt.
Oh.
Now to me,
Yeah.
it's hip, okay? But you know what? I gotta digress for a second because
Okay. Break it down.
now I don't have no problem with the cuff in the pants,
Okay.
but I got a problem with the cuff in the pants when they're not skinny jeans. Like they just flare out.
When they wide leg.
They're wide leg pants. So like when I saw you with your pants, like it fit what you had on. But if you just cuffing your pants and they that big, like she was saying, and they flared out,
That's a problem.
Yeah, and he doesn't wear skinny jeans because his legs and stuff, his thighs too
you
big.
might have to check out the Levi's or something.
So if he wearing these pants and the cuff is this big,
No.
like I understand if the length is a little too long, but you still, I told him, I said then bend it in.
Yeah.
Don't cuff it so where it, that's just that's old man status.
If you walking around with a cuff, please know that people talking about you.
So
But that's your style though. That's your swag.
But is it a style?
That's
it's
his
not
style.
a style.
Or is he being rebellious?
But see, that's the thing.
I think they're synonymous. I think by me saying, you know what, I work in this flannel jacket and I'm wearing it to Safeway because I literally don't care what y'all say about X, Y, and Z. Then I think that's just me.
Okay, so if you're just running a quick errand in a Safeway,
Now I
and
wouldn't
you
go
decide
out
to
on
wear
date night.
your flannel jacket, right? But if you guys are going out a nice night out, are you still wearing that flannel jacket?
No. Because I wouldn't do that to her.
And he can't say that he doesn't care about what people think because he asks me all the time once he's dressed. Does this look right, or what
If I'm
shirt
going
should he
someplace,
wear, or
like-
do this, and that?
We're going to church, or I'm sorry, my mouth is full. What if
At
I'm
first you can wear anything, right?
Yeah.
They take everybody.
in theory?
Come as you
That's
are.
the place you can wear your flannel. Just don't wear it with her.
Right.
No, the flannel's not
No.
the issue. The
It's the
cuff
cuffs.
is the cuffing is what the issue is.
So real quick, before we move on, because I know other people have questions. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna let y'all. So next year, when them loafers come in style,
But he say your loafers
I
not.
know. I'm gonna
and next year, 2 years, 5 years from now, when cuffs come, 3-inch cuffs come in style.
They will never.
The thing is, they're in
How do we know?
It's not with wax.
Thin cuffs, okay. Big cuffs, not okay.
But what?
You shouldn't look like you about to go wade in the water, and you don't want your pant
He
leg to get
shouldn't
wet.
look like he's about to go pull some crops up out the ground. Like Farmer Joe.
I'm dead.
You see when they come in style.
Yeah, but he was.
They've been wearing these for years.
As far as I knew.
What's the next
That's
question?
what my daddy
Right. So did you have something else on?
I do have another question, but
Go ahead.
Okay,
I feel like we should pass it around because
Okay,
I'm
well,
not-
Michelle,
I'm
we're gonna
on-
pass it over to you. Do you have something you want to discuss?
Yeah, let me pull up mine.
Oh
She
my
got
god!
nothing.
And while she's pulling up, her notes, I just want to let y'all know that on this trip, Aaron and Michelle have become the best of friends, and
My brother.
they had so many conversations,
AKA nerd talk.
so many
Wow.
off the wall
the hate
conversations.
is so real.
That it's just, they've taken sides. So anything me and Annette say,
What?
they ganging up on us.
I don't think that's accurate.
But on the same note, Annette is all of a sudden an advocate for my husband. So
Union rep.
my rep, and she's supposed. I'm trying to figure out where her loyalty lies because she's supposed to be my best friend, but she was calling me out all weekend.
I think people can just
Didn't
see
you
handwriting on
spend
the wall.
$20 on that slot machine? Didn't you? I mean, like, and I had to keep saying, "Bitch, shut up." But anyway,
Hey
Michelle-
Aaron, pass me your wallet so take me to the chapstick.
Look, I tried to help you on that one.
I
He
looked
was
at
like,
Michelle and said, "What? They must really think I'm stupid."
He said, give her my wallet so she get her chapstick.
How
No,
did that-
give me
"No,
my wallet. You
That's
had
not what
my
I heard.
wallet in the.
That ain't what he heard. Cause
You had
how
my
to give her my wallet and her chapstick in it. I
I
ain't
said
stupid.
it's a setup of a setup.
no, my wallet. You had it in the Sephora bag.
Moving on.
Now I got a question about this podcast.
Yes.
Is it like clean?
No,
No.
it's rated explicit.
If I'm here,
All right, I got a question.
Uh
hit me.
But see, I don't really know if this might be just a question for like women.
I'll shut up. If-
No, I mean
don't
it
have any
pertains
input-
to a man, but you couldn't say like, okay, this is what I got.
You got notes too?
No.
Stand by.
Okay.
Stand by.
Another
Yeah, stand by.
mixer.
So
It's LGBTQ plus.
I'm dead.
Come on, Michelle.
no, okay. So I know people.
We need to edit this out later.
Might have to. So I know people. I know some people who that don't like dealing with men, or won't get. I know somebody that won't get a relationship
Was
with a
this
man.
a sucking dick gesture you made?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
That
Go
won't
ahead.
get in a relationship with a man that has a circumcised penis.
Ah,
You know.
the old anteater, huh?
But I feel like the skin was there from the beginning.
Mm. But we're
You
back.
feel, you
we're
feel
back
like
to
a dick is a dick?
I feel like a dick is a dick.
Oh, I hope my mom's not listening to this.
Well,
Like, what's the point? Like, why is it an issue? Like,
I feel like the uncircumcised penis got a bad rap for many years.
Yeah.
For being the unclean version. But I feel like that only came about because of nasty boys who wouldn't pull their foreskin back and wash. Now, be that as it may, it's just like any fold of skin. It's going to contain bacteria and it's going to, stuff's going to settle in and you need to wash it out. So I think that's why I got a bad rap for so many years. So guys with uncircumcised penises were like, now what?
is it too late to get it circumcised?
No,
No.
never too late.
Yeah, it's never too late. I've known,
Grown men
being in the
doing it.
medical field, I know the people that have gotten circumcised as an adult.
So a penis is dirtier if it has foreskin.
Not
No.
everybody's penis.
It got a
but
bad rap.
Yeah, it did get a
Stereotype.
bad. Yeah, people stereotype uncircumcised
They
men.
say it stinks. And
Yeah, it
dirty.
stinks, or it's not sanitary, or because they don't clean
now,
it.
did you ever deal with a circumcised?
Uncircumcised?
Yeah, that you had a problem with it. Like, did you saw it and was like, oh no. Like, did you have
Oh, I can't deal with this. That kind of thing.
Oh no,
you know what I mean? Like,
no. I mean, because a dick
I
is
wish
a
we could
dick.
show Annette's face.
To me, it's like
like you saw, like, oh no.
You know, it being
No.
circumcised or uncircumcised is the least of my concerns.
Oh, wow.
My concern is more about the length and the girth.
oh,
Wow. Well, make it plain.
Okay.
So I mean,
hashtag no talk.
reformed whole talk.
Oh yeah, I got a question about that too.
So I don't care really about it just it's not even really what it looks like. It's about what it can do.
Okay. I just want to know. I'm actually
What
glad
about
you said something.
What about you, Annette?
What about me?
About if you had seen in your other life.
No, I've never.
No.
I've seen one,
Since you've been reincarnated,
but I mean, I wasn't doing anything with it, so it didn't matter.
it
to
wasn't
me.
anything to you.
No.
I know, but just like to answer Michelle's question.
I mean, I feel like Aaron said, uncircumcised penises have a bad reputation. So, and I mean, the only reason most people get it done is for vanity reasons because they don't want their child to have, to be against the norm. So they get uncircumcised.
Good point.
Like Tiffany said, if it's good, it's good. If it's got the sleeve on it or not.
So are we walking down the same path as pubic hair, no pubic hair?
I think that's a preference. I don't know.
That,
I mean,
that
nobody
again,
want no
that
wolf.
again is another hygiene type thing.
But it goes back to stereotype. Like we stereotype it and go, well, if you got a bush of pubic hair, you probably don't keep it clean. It's probably gonna be funky.
Well, I don't say that. I don't think that's necessarily true because
Everybody
I
gotta
don't-
grow it.
Well, yeah, and
That's true,
it's
too.
really by person because I don't have an issue with pubic hair, but then there's some people who that hair automatically it holds all their sweat and everything, so
Right.
it's automatically makes them smell musty, or some people don't smell musty, or so it's just like it depends on the person. But
But
I personally don't have a problem with pubic hair.
At what point do you tell your let's say you got a significant other
Got it?
and you seen that they got it for you, it's too much. At what point do you say like
With
Cut
the
that-
pubic hair
cut
too
that
much?
down, man.
Oh, Aaron
like you
said,
flossing with it?
Oh yeah, I'd be like, yeah, babe, it's time.
Not
Yeah.
cut that down, man.
Yeah, time to knock that down a bit.
That
It
lumberjack.
don't have to be bald, but it just
Aaron gonna put on this plaid coat again.
Start chopping.
Oh, it's a whole
The
production
flannel
with us.
oh yeah.
Like he tells me, because the only time that I let mine grow is sometimes it's like a hassle. Like I don't
Yeah, it's
feel like
work.
it is a lot of work. So I've stopped taking on that responsibility. Aaron shaves me. And it is a whole production. I'll be on the floor. He got his little headlight on, and you know, we get to whacking.
Oh.
I've got a whole Pandora station.
Just for this haircut. It's
Turn
a
on-
whole
Turn on Beethoven.
ritual.
Let that play. Turn the headlight on so I can see all the nooks and crannies. You don't want to nick them. They're going to be pissed at you.
Whatever works for you.
So, you know.
There is something that you mentioned the other day, and
All right, preach.
that you brought up, and I think this would actually be a good time to talk about it here on this podcast.
Oh, wow.
When we talked about relationships
They
and
did
people,
not talk
how
about
people
this
emphasize
before.
black relationships, but they don't include.
Oh, okay.
I like your view on that.
Everybody, well, I don't know if everybody knows, but there's this show out, I don't know if it comes on like TV One or BET, I don't know, like one of the black stations, but it's called Black Love or something like that.
Gotcha.
So I was like, oh, okay, that's cute. And then I've watched a couple of episodes, but I just feel like it's not inclusive. So if you're going to include Black Love, you need to include straight couples, homosexual couples, transgender couples, because they're black, they love, like why not encompass everybody who is, you know,
Who they are.
in the field that you're talking about. And I think that also speaks to in the black community, there's not a people want to try to say, oh, we're inclusive of LGBTQ, but then again we're really not, and it's just like a push and pull type thing. But you know, it's really not like the way that Michelle and I love is no different than the way you guys love. Like, yeah, we might have the same body parts, but love is love, no matter if you're loving somebody who was born a man and is now a woman, or you know, some two men loving each other. It's just
all the same.
Yeah.
Do you feel as though, like, it's we in the black community, it's taken us so long, and we're still in the process of really accepting each other from a light skin to dark skin thing.
That's true.
Like, if we haven't overcome that yet, I feel like this is one of those things that's going to take even longer to not get past, but it's like another hurdle that we have to work towards.
Yeah, I mean, and I get it. Like, and I think people are kind of more accepting. Like, I mean, nobody has ever said anything to me, and I wish they would. But you know, has ever said anything derogatory towards myself or Michelle?
Right.
But I know people who have, you know, been through those experiences, and it's kind of like, why are you, you know, shading somebody just because they want to love somebody that you feel like is not appropriate? Like, what does that have to do with you?
Right.
Is that stopping you from sleeping at night? No.
Why do you think the black Aaron? You said it, but why do you think when it comes to, so you said we're still trying to get ourselves together with black and light skin,
right?
You know what I mean, in terms of accepting each other like that. But why do you think the black community struggles with trying to accept each other? Like, what's your view on that?
Wow. Hold on, because we might need to turn this into a part 2. I'm getting ready to get on the soapbox.
Oh shit.
So here, because I talk to...
Is it time for dessert?
Because I talk to a lot of people. And here's my theory. I feel like at the depths of us, we are conditioned to hate ourselves. And I feel like that's led us to be envious of each other, jealous of each other, and to hate. Like, if you look at us and other races, to find, wow, during the whole podcast, you scratch yourself. Thanks a lot.
Get in the bed.
I took his collar off and that's
Get in the bed.
Can't. And I was on a roll.
Oh, you hurt her feelings.
She's okay. But I feel like we've been put in this place where we don't. You've got curly hair and I've got wavy hair. Your hair is bad. Your hair is good. You know what I mean? Your skin's fair. My skin's dark. You have better skin than me. It's like you have 3 cars and I gotta ride the bus. I hate you because you're better off than me. Or I'm jealous of you because you're better off than me. So instead of working together...
you got white man credit and I got black people credit.
Right. Like, we make these jokes towards each other all the time and these stereotypes towards each other all the time. But I feel like we really have been conditioned to hate each other. and to
Or not even to hate, but to compare.
to compare the whole what's the crabs in a barrel situation.
So, a quote about that
Go.
I seen one day, and I was like, I had an aha moment. So everybody's like, oh, crabs in a barrel, crabs in a barrel. But does anybody take a second to realize that that's not the crab's natural habitat? So why would they not fight to get out?
Valid point.
Food for thought.
Hashtag woke.
Woke. Hashtag woke AF. And,
Wow. Did you just?
I had to make sure that was.
You had to sound that out to make sure you had the right.
face was priceless.
Yeah.
She said, "Well, AF." AF.
So when I read that, I was
Wow.
like, wow, that's really deep.
That's gonna be the title of the podcast. Hashtag woke AF.
But even with something like that, like if I come to you and go, hey man, look, we gotta stop, we gotta overcome, get woke, work together so that we all can have something a bit more. Like even with that, not saying, just using this as an example. What's the likelihood of you doing that with one of your friends or me and you doing that? And one of us secretly going back and going, man, this is set up. What they want from me. Or, right, it's like how we do each other. Or how many times, you know how it goes. How many times do you go out and do a photo shoot, Michele, and somebody goes, hey, look, man, why don't you help me out and give me X, Y, and Z discount, or give me... People used to do it to me all the time with, hey, man, look, I'd rather give my money to you than a white man. You think you can do this?
Give me a 50% discount?
Hey, you think you can knock $30 off?
Cause you did.
We do the same thing. Music with, hey girl, can you do my hair? Oh, you know I ain't got it. Why don't you look out? You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I feel like yes, at some point we all, as a whole, have to get past that. I agree with Annette. It's not our natural habitat, but I think we have to get past that and then begin to move forward.
And thank you to Media Innovations by Deering LLC for sponsoring today's podcast. If you go to Facebook and search Media Innovations by Deering LLC, you will get a 5% discount by using the code TakeTew on all your branding needs. Again, that is Media Innovations by Deering LLC. 5% off all of your branding needs when you use the code TakeTew. Thanks for the sponsorship. All right, so
Wow. That commercial break was something. No, I don't.
it sure was.
It's the Cool Whip. I don't enjoy it. I'm sorry.
So I have a question since it's about the relationship podcast.
Wow.
I had a few notes. One of them did have to do with the cuff in the pants, but we've already gone over that. So my next question or topic, because I don't really have a question, is money in relationships.
Wow. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw myself on the railroad tracks here and just say, I always tell people, as much money and time as I have tied up into saving a marriage, I feel like I should always be willing to offer that information for free. So
Why does he have a toothbrush?
I'm getting ready to brush my teeth as soon as it's over. We gotta catch that flight. I don't want to sit on a plane with Sting Brown. But two biggest things that ruin relationship. Statistics always show it's money and sex.
I agree. That's true.
So whatever that means to you, some people work better, with money together. Some people work better with money separate. And some people get married and start a separate account that's private. And
I think you should always have a separate account.
So I think Aaron and I have discussed before the finances in our marriage, but when you two got married, what was your discussion about finances, or how do you all?
Well, before we got married, we already had a joint account. So we had a joint account.
bit of a head start.
For bills.
Yeah, for like bills and savings. And then we each had our separate accounts. So we would allocate a certain amount out of our check, for financial responsibilities. we still kind of do the same now, but we will. I'll say, okay, I'll take the electric bill, and you'll take the gas bill or something like that, or I'm paying the rent, you pay all the other bills. You know, so it's not really a thing of like it's not a battle about who's paying what or you know who's gonna pay this or who's gonna pay that. We just really pick each other up where somebody else, you know, might have they might be struggling a month. All right, I got you, babe. Like I'll pay this. If we go out to eat tonight, Michelle will pay. If I go out to eat tomorrow, you know, I'll pay. Like it's not a real.
That way,
but do you pay out of your separate accounts or out of your joint account?
It varies. We don't. I mean, really don't have a preference as long as it gets paid. Like we don't. That's one thing I can say. Like we really haven't had like a financial struggle where it's like, well, I paid all this shit and you ain't done nothing. Like we haven't.
Well, because in the grand scheme of things, it's both of your money.
Right, and that's what we always say. We always say it's like if I'm taking $20 from you, it's like I'm taking $20 from myself. Mm-hmm. You know.
Yeah. And I look at it like, you know, I tell people this a lot too. Like friends that might ask me about certain things, but one thing you always got to remember too is like, even though you're married, and I always say this, you still are individual people. Like you still have individual bills that before Aaron even came along. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And then of course you got the responsibilities of it. So that's where the stress comes in sometimes for people. Is that you got your own individual bills that you got to take care of before you was with this person, and then now you have the collective bills, right? And so that's where I think I think that we really do good at, because it's like she'll be like, you know, I need to pay my credit card, I need to pay something else so I can get this done. And I'll be like, all right, cool, well, go ahead and take care of that, and I'll just cover, you know, whatever, like that. Right. Like, because when it comes down to it, like, all that matters in the scheme of your credit, especially together, but individually. So, like, we have our own individual goals. Like, you might want yours to be a certain way, not just so that you guys can get something together, but because for you, it makes you feel like, you know, I worked hard to pay my individual stuff, and I was able to still keep up with like the household,
maintain your household responsibility.
So I think it's just that's what people forget a lot. Like, yeah, we're together, you're married, and everything goes together. Agreed. But don't ever forget that individually you have your own goals, and I think people get away from that. That's also I believe is an issue. People get away from who they are before they got married. That's where shit starts to turn to. And I've seen it because you feel like people say, oh, I feel like I lost myself. And that really shouldn't have happened. Right. You know,
still need something to make you an individual.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, so I've seen that happen, and I'm kind of, that's one thing I always like. I'm glad about with us is that we still who we were in terms of like, you know, personality wise. Of course, you change when you get with your spouse and stuff. In terms of like maybe certain things you do or your habits, you might change your habits about something because you're with somebody else, but you consider it somebody else. But other than that, I still do me, she still do her, and then together we just, you know, make it work.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth.
So, I mean, what do you guys think about that though?
Yeah,
like,
you guys balance.
People. Yeah.
Well, and I think like you all, it's not an issue. We kind of, from the very beginning, distinguished roles. So, as you all have probably noticed the past few days, when it comes to money, he gets stressed out, and I'm the
hadn't noticed.
I'm the exact opposite. So, what we decided is that I'll be the one that will take care of making sure all the bills and things get paid. So he doesn't even have to worry about it. He don't even have to look at the bank account, you know, unless I tell him, hey, this month maybe cut back on stopping at 7-Eleven or whatever.
She's really good about
getting rock stars.
Right. And she's really good about managing that kind of thing. Where it's like, oh, I sent this bill out on this day. I put the calendar, we're gonna send this bill out on this day. Like it
the calendar.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I put on our shared calendar.
I love the calendar. FYI, every couple should have a shared calendar.
Yeah.
Because it's really beneficial.
We have our calendar together, which it's titled #LoveJones, and then we'll have we'll have our calendar that includes Jalen, so his appointments and everything will go to all three of us. So I put, because for him, he of course wants to make sure that everything is paid, and I don't blame him because he's got white man credit. But
I feel like we've already been over this.
So but I always have to stress to him that everything doesn't have to be paid in that one paycheck. You know what I mean? Like, or everything doesn't have to be paid at the beginning of the month. because that will cause you to stress. Do I have money for gas this week? Do I have money for this? So I try to, my job is to help him realize that we can spread it out. Like this month we get paid 3 times. So, we at least will have a check that we can kind of either put in savings or like we use for this vacation or to catch up or whatever. And then the other 2 normal checks that we would usually use every other month go towards the bills. So I've just started putting them on the calendar. That way, if I forget that it needs to be paid, at least he can hold me accountable because he'll be able to see it too. But as far as the accounts, like you guys, we got a joint account when we moved in together because we wanted to be able to use that account for bills. So all of my paycheck goes into it. All of his paycheck goes into it. The only difference is we also have a shared savings account, and I still have my checking account. But he's decided to put all his in our joint account. And the only reason why I have my separate account is because, like you said, there's stuff that I had going on before him and I got married. So I want to make sure that, I'm the one that's fully responsible for that. So I may have like $200 of my check. Well, actually, no. Now I have all my whole check going in our joint account, and the only money that I have that goes into my separate account is like my child support or whatever else like that. So that's separate. So if I need to take care of something separate, I'm not taking from like our household money, I guess, if that makes sense. And so I feel like that's worked for us. So it hasn't been an issue. I
think that's what it comes down to is what works for, because like we don't do, so we won't do our whole check into the joint account because we'll put a percentage in there. Like, $100 or $200 goes here from my check, and then usually that we just based off how much bills
the average
bills are going to be total for that month. Right. So twice a month we say $300 goes in there from each person. That's going to cover remainder of some of the stuff that's going on, and whatever's extra is like personal bills. Like, hey, I'm gonna do my credit card. Can you hold me down?
Car note, I'm sure.
Can you hold me down on such stuff like that. So it just depends. I mean, everybody's different. I think it will works, but you definitely should have some type of system.
Right.
Financial system. I mean, and then everybody take a hard hit, and that's when it comes in like somebody got to pick each other up. You know what I mean? Like,
right on.
That's just what that is.
I agree.
Wow, good topic.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I think everybody is different, but some people, it can be, it can be something that causes your marriage or even just your relationship to kind of diminish or sink.
And like I said, a lot of the stress from a lot of it comes from previous bills before you even got together.
Right.
That stress is like,
or
I gotta take care of the rent and I got my own bit. If
right.
you look at it like that, as opposed to saying, look, I got this.
Oh yeah, student loan bill.
Hold me down.
Right.
Can you cover? You know what I mean? I think it's communication, but there's also an ego thing with some people, men and women.
Yeah, that's true. Any other topics on the tables today? Yes, Ron.
With the toothbrush.
With a toothbrush.
He had a toothbrush in his hand.
Anxiously awaiting to brush my teeth before this flight. So real quick.
He's stressing.
Right. Too many tabs.
I got
too many
bring them
tabs.
back down to
Too
earth.
many tabs over.
Because if you gotta pay extra money for another ticket, you're gonna have a conniption.
Time to start walking.
Oh yeah, about to say we gonna be here until we get paid again. Cause he ain't.
Y'all wanted to stay, we stay.
I know that's right.
Moving. We've been so serious, so I feel like we need to lighten the mood. Next one up: favorite sexual position and why?
Oh wow, that escalated quickly.
No. Totally joking.
I was about to say, is it time up? Because
well,
I had my position.
Yeah, well, look, we was ready. Oh,
really? Did you already?
Put your one leg up and put your booty on the floor.
That's just. What is mine? What's yours?
Various.
Oh, okay.
Because I feel like variety is the spice of life, so I don't feel like you can ever narrow yourself to, oh yeah, like, I think it's like the flavor of the week. Like, what do you feel like? This? Yeah, that's cool.
Michelle?
I just said
you know I was really joking, so we really don't have to go into this.
Let's move on.
But speaking of like fun stuff, we went to the Grand Canyon on Sunday.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
we did like a fun little thing. So I'm just throwing this out there so that you can try it with your spouse in the near future or whenever. But it and it was actually Annette's idea. So kudos to Annette for giving us something to do on the road trip. But she had us. Well, we first had to think of a song. What song comes to mind that reminds us of our spouse? That we would sing it to them, or if we wrote a song, what would it be? So that was fun. We all picked very cute and sentimental songs, but then it took a hard
disaster.
It took a hard left, and we then decided to pick songs that we would listen to if we were pissed at our spouse.
Nuck if you buck.
And Annette was ready to nuck if your buck. And I wish that we could have the songs queued so we can play them.
We need to edit it in.
But
I'm gonna go to Snapchat and see if I can bring them all back.
Right. But yeah, so that was very interesting. So just like something, quick for you to think about, as far as musically, songs with your spouse, like what song makes you think of your spouse in a loving way, and what song makes you think of your spouse when you are just ready to kill them.
Right.
So I thought that was cute, and I wanted to share so that you guys could do that.
Excellent.
But what were you going to say? What is your last and final topic?
My serious one? All right, so seriously.
Oh, I thought you were doing a non-serious.
No, I mean non-serious.
There you go.
Yes. So me and Michele had an interesting conversation, and I've been. You know what?
Y'all some haters.
Y'all had many conversations.
Where's the respect?
So,
We're respecting.
AKA nerd talk. Go ahead.
Oh wow. Me and Michele had a conversation, and then me and you had a conversation, or have had past conversations.
Mm-hmm.
If you have something to tell your spouse, but it's super serious, but you know it might be offensive to them, or you know it's gonna hit them hard, but you have to be the bearer of bad news and be like, look,
your breath stinks on a daily basis.
blankety blankety blank,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta get your act together.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna bring up anything, but there was a particular conversation we had, because I don't want to throw out anything that might.
Oh no, let's
Oh
throw it
yeah,
out.
no, we bearing it all.
Yeah,
what was the
let's
particular
get comfortable.
conversation?
What is this?
What was the particular conversation?
You to open the can. Let's let the
Right.
worms out.
And
We're
let's
back.
get ready to rumble. That nuck if you buck is coming back strong.
Yes,
honey, what was this conversation?
But it just had to do with the health, the general health and well-being of our spouse. And a lot of times we look out for.
Your lips starting to quiver. You getting nervous?
I know my flight's coming, so I got to get ready to bust a move.
that's what he really thinking about.
Yeah, the tab's open. I'm in my mind. I'm
Did
keeping
you
track
see
of
the
time.
deer?
I did.
Okay.
So health is like a super important thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I know each individual one of us has like different health issues going on. How do you bring up health to your spouse?
So how do you say, look, bitch, you fat. We need to work out. Is that what you asking? I think
That's what it
they're
sounds like.
asking.
That wasn't at all where I was going with
Oh,
it.
okay, cool. Okay.
But,
So y'all was in the gym talking about us?
man.
Don't try to walk out of it now.
No,
Backtrack.
It really is just like every couple struggles with it. Like okay, for example, that's the goal. Okay, I mean, 600-pound life, right?
Okay.
Not saying
That's
it's a
extreme,
show.
but okay.
No. Listen. Somebody should have told them, right? At some point,
I
no, I'm
get
just
where
giving.
you're-
I'm trying
I get
to.
where you're-
Okay.
okay.
So at some point, should have told them like, hey, when you gonna stop? You know what I mean? But no, because the world is sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
Social media has made people sensitive. It's a lot of things that's going on that make people sensitive. That the person didn't want to tell that their family member or wife or spouse or girlfriend, boyfriend that you 500 pounds now. You know what I mean? And I think it's just a thing of like, why? What is it with health that someone feels like they kind of tread lightly when it comes to bringing up health issues, or like you don't want to hurt their feelings, or you want to make them feel. But really, the person that you should hear that from is the person who.
Well,
Like-
yeah, I feel like
Go ahead.
it's for some people it's a sensitive subject. So for some people, it might just be harder, or some people it's harder for them to lose. It's been harder for them to lose the weight after having children, and so it's not that. I think that it's a fine line to walk with your spouse, only because your spouse knows what they need to do. It's just all about getting on track to doing it. If it was somebody who didn't care about what their weight was, and it might be a little bit easier to approach, be like, hey, you know, you've been like gaining a little bit of weight. Oh, I know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But if you're talking to somebody who they know that this is a problem and they're not sure how to attack it, and they want to attack it, or they don't have the right resources or whatever the case is, then it can be a little, you know, it can be a little hard to say something to them.
And it's not necessarily, because I didn't want y'all to think, oh, it's just about weight.
Right.
But it's, if, like you with the smoking.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
Oh, I saw that happen.
Right.
What?
I felt that in my spirit.
You know how you be giving me to look up?
No, I was just blinking.
It was a hard blink.
So like you with the smoking, like that was something we already had, but then every once in a while you'll go, oh yeah, I really feel like I need X, Y, and Z. Or if Annette was like hiding liquor in the room, how does Michele approach her and be like, look man, I know you're stressing out about X,
You
Y,
got a
and Z,
drinking problem.
but look, you really gotta get yourself, like it's no joke, you gotta get yourself together.
I mean, I think.
How do you approach that?
I mean, personally, I'm the type
Actually,
of
reverse.
person, like, I don't sugarcoat shit. So I'm just like, hey, you're fat.
If you get
But-
mad, you just get mad.
Right. And
Oh,
my
wow.
thing is, people are going to be mad, but they're not going to stay
respect
mad. They'll get over it. And in the midst of their anger, when they're pondering over what you said, they're going to be like, yeah, she's right. But a lot of time, people don't want to hear the truth.
Right.
So that's why people get upset, is because they know it's true, but they don't want somebody else to tell them that they're fat. Like,
Right.
I know I'm fat. I know I need to lose weight. But if Michele was to tell me, hey, bitch, go to the gym, we're going to be knocking a few bucking, because I don't need you to tell me about my imperfections, because I already know about them.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said it's hard. Like, you know what you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't want somebody constantly reminding
Right.
you what you need to do. Just like we were having the discussion about grieving and people having it, you kind of have to, you can't force people. You have to kind of let them do it at their own pace.
So-
it might not be in the time frame that you think it should be. I think that the only time where it should be something that you really like hit home is if it's really affecting their health.
Yeah, like it was a life
Like
or death
if it's
situation.
really,
But then how
like
you
they're
approach
gonna
it?
go from here to here real quick.
But then
just gotta tell them.
But then you'll feel responsible at some point as
And
the
be
other
like-
person. Like, damn, I let her get to this point where she about to flatline because I was scared to say something early. You know what I mean? I'm just
I mean,
talking.
no, yeah, I get it.
Or I said something about her smoking and she didn't really take it serious. And she was like, oh, I'll be
But
all right.
you can say something, but you can't make anybody change their ways.
Yeah, I mean, that
true,
goes
too.
back to everybody being an individual.
Hence my cuffs.
Yeah,
God.
well that's yeah, you
Speaking of
can
cuffs.
lead.
I need one of them shirts.
This?
Oh yeah, from 301
I
Strong.
like
I'll
that
get you
logo
one.
of the kettlebell.
Shout out to 301 Strong. Whoop whoop.
The strongest gym in Southern Maryland.
Yeah. But I think like
I'll get you.
like you say, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink.
Right.
You know, you have to let a person be an individual. And honestly, like I know you want to be there for your spouse, you want to be there for your significant other, but at the end of the day, like
It's still up to them.
it's still up to them. If I blow up to be 500 pounds, that's on me. Like I know as a spouse, you want to be there
Right,
and you
right.
want to help me make healthy life choices and blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, that's what I have to deal with. You know, just like if you were to gain weight, like I've said to you before, oh, babe, you're getting like a little puffy, you're getting a little fluffy. Like, you know, I've said it. But just because I say it, it's up to you if you're going to do something about it.
Right.
And 9 times out of 10, he'll be like, okay, I need to do some more cardio. I need to do this because then he recognizes the pounds that he's gained. But I'm not going to keep hounding him about it. You know what I mean? So.
And per our conversation, it's what we were talking about, is that you do help me like stay on track, and you're like, babe, don't forget you need to take X pill on X amount of days. And don't forget you need to do this. And, you know, and you're pretty good about staying on top of me for that.
Mm-hmm.
But per our conversation, it's like being the other person, you do feel a level of responsibility, guilt, and then even seeing someone you love and cherish, watch them start to deteriorate. Like that can be a hurtful thing.
Yeah, and it is a hurtful thing, I believe. But again, at the end of the day, it's really on that person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they see themselves deteriorating. They see themselves wasting away. And like I said, they know what they need to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's just on them to do it. It's only so much you can do as a spouse. So let's play devil's advocate. Say you do say something. You finally build up the courage to say something to your spouse, and they still don't do anything. You've done all that you can do. Like, how much more are you going to beat yourself up for their mistakes? and not even mistakes, but for the lifestyle that they chose. You know, you can't. I mean, you're still going to feel some sense of responsibility, and you're still going to feel some type of way, even if they still do. You know, if they continue to gain weight or they continue to eat stuff that you know that they shouldn't eat, you're still going to feel some type of way. But you know, you've done all that you can, so it's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
You know.
Hashtag jinx. Wow, man, we really got it. We had a couple serious little
we did
moments
that
here.
was
Look at us
cool.
go. We getting older,
I
like
enjoyed that.
we getting older.
more mature.
Yeah, that was nice.
I did enjoy that.
It's always good to have other perspectives.
Yeah, definitely. Because God knows sometimes him and I don't agree when we have these topics. So it's good to have, you know, it's good to have another couple
An advocate.
to bounce those
An
ideas.
advocate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hashtag if you need an advocate, they're there for you.
You know, I
Whether
really
it comes
think you owe
to your
Aaron an
spouse
apology.
or your
I got your
children.
back.
Your spouse or your children.
Right. She got your
Not
back.
your dogs.
Well,
She gonna dump them out the cage.
thank you,
Bed,
Dearings,
cage,
for your
pound.
thank you, Dearings, for your hospitality.
Oh yeah.
I've had
Thank
a wonderful
you
time
for
on the West Coast, and you guys
joining
been
us
great.
on our podcast.
Oh, thank you
Absolutely.
for having
Thank you
us.
for having
And
us.
we're gonna miss you guys so
I know.
much.
Are you sure you guys have to go?
I know.
If we miss this plane,
Maybe we
might
can
not have a
purposely
choice.
miss our flight.
I don't know. I need to get on there.
Y'all be back.
Yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back for
We're gonna go
sure.
explore some more.
Permanently.
Maybe we can go to the cabins next time.
To what?
The cabins.
What cabin?
Take her into the mountains with his lumberjack.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Oh, and his
wow.
Leave the
cups.
And his
flannel
flannels.
and the cups at home.
And his boots.
Yeah.
And
Don't
boots.
forget the boots.
We might purposely need to make that trip during the summer so he can't bring those
So-
flannels or those cups.
Then it's gonna be baggy khaki shorts.
I take those over
I'll take
cups
that.
though. any
I'll
day.
take the baggy khaki shorts. Are they cargo?
Yeah.
Or they
Yeah,
just,
I'll
okay.
take that.
That's cool.
We'll plan that.
Shirts. Okay.
But yes, thanks for joining us on Take Two. And we're gonna miss you guys.
You guys have a safe flight back.
Thank you if
We'll
we
be
if we
here.
make it there.
Ooh. Don't
we-
give your husband a heart attack.
Oh, I'm getting on that plane.
Oh, and side note, Annette and Michele do have a YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna put
Oh,
the
yeah.
link in the description.
And
of
we're
this
becoming
podcast.
more active, so.
Yes, and
I
they
guess that.
have a very special and unique journey that they're on, so you should definitely check that out. I'm not gonna say what it is because you gotta go to their channel to find out. But yes, they are on.
Come on over,
Wow.
baby.
They're on a new journey, and I'm excited to watch them go on this journey. So, thanks, ladies.
Also,
and,
be on the lookout for the Deering's. There might be a Deering Vlogmas coming up this year.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Probably
Vlogmas.
another
Vlogmas.
reason.
Hopefully I
Stay
don't pull
tuned.
my groin again.
Oh,
So if you're
God.
looking for
Last year was a
a
shit show.
good time and a good couple laughs, then
Yeah, head
the
on over to
Deerings
their
are here
YouTube
for
for
you.
their Vlogmas. Yes.
Absolutely. Well, I've had a great
Well, that
time.
was
This
good.
is good.
Yeah, that was good. Say
Okay.
bye, babe.
Please get this man on the plane.
Okay, bye, babe.
Bye, guys.
Bye.